welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, I'm Nicole and my hair is very unruly today. Today I'm going to be doing another tutorial using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I have been absolutely loving the shades in this palette, but I wanted to do something today that was a little bit more creative and less like basic everyday type of stuff. Something more akin to what I usually post on Instagram, kind of see if that's what you guys are into around here too. So we're gonna try it out.
As I was editing this, I realized I never mentioned in the video that the original inspiration for this look came from a girl named Canadian Beauty. Her look was really pretty and it's like super similar to this, and I just completely flubbed and didn't say it in the video. So I will link her post and her Instagram down below. You should go check it out. Okay, back to the tutorial.
I also used the Suva Beauty Hydraliner in this look, which if you have not used those, what are you doing with your life? Like if you like bright colors, or if you like interesting liner or doing like creative makeup, you are missing out if you have not been using the Hydraliners. I'm just saying. Everything else is pretty straightforward, so I don't think I have anything else to say about it. Let's zoom in and get started on this cranberry neon smoky Jaclyn Hill palette look, whatever the hell you want. I never know what to call these looks, but that's what we're doing, so let's zoom in and do it. Alright, to start the eyes, I already primed and I already did my brow, so we're ready to just jump right the fuck in there and start putting shadows down. I'm going to jump right into the transition with the color Silk Cream on a Sigma E40 blending brush. I'm bringing that up pretty high because this is going to be a very blown out smoky eye, so I want that very light transition color to come up pretty high on the eyeball today. Watching these glide beautifully onto a nicely primed eye is just, it really brought a new appreciation for me. It was actually a good exercise just to teach me to be grateful for makeup, to be quite honest. Alright, I'm going to deepen that crease just a little bit on a BH number 5 crease brush. Putting that through the crease area a little bit to add some depth. We're going to go in with another color on top of this to add some brightness in a minute. I want to have a base down first that creates a little bit of depth because I'm just going to do like a wash of a bright pink on here just to kind of add color, but I don't want to rely on that shade for depth because it won't really provide any. I'm going to grab a neon pink shade from the Morphe 35B palette. This is the only color I'm going to be using from a different palette, but there's just nothing comparable in the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm going to grab this neon pink and I'm just going to use that to kind of make like a haze of neon pink around the outside edge. Because I find that sometimes when you do like a cranberry shade, if you blend it out with browns, you kind of get an entire brown tone look out of it. If you blend it out with pinks, it really brings out the pink in the cranberry shade. So for that reason, I'm going to add a little bit of neon pink just around the edges, and I'm going to do this on this is like a generic brush that I have sitting around, but it's basically just a random crease brush. I'm going to tap some of the excess of that off and just start to kind of airbrush that super duper lightly over the areas that I just put those transition shades down. Now that that's done, I'm going to go in on the lid with a more burgundy shade. First, I'm going to pick up the matte color Jax on the same BH number 5 brush that I used before, and I am going to just pat that on the outer corner of the eye, right into the crease. Blend that into the pink and the transition shade with the same brush I used before. It's the Sigma E40. Next, I'm going to pick up this BH number 7 brush, and I'm going to use this color Soda Pop, which is like an eggplant purple color. I always find that eggplant colors are good for darkening up the corners when you're doing a burgundy look because it still keeps itself in that same color family, but it is great for really adding depth. So I'm just going to, again, like I did before, pat that onto the area and then lightly blend it into the surrounding shadows. Next, I'm going to grab some of this color Cran Apple, which is literally just like a shimmery cranberry color, on a Sigma E60 shader brush, and I'm going to wet that on the brush. The shimmers in this palette are beautiful, but I find that they really need to be used wet. which for most shimmers that's true, but like the difference between these when they're wet versus when they're dry is like really night and day. I'm going to pick up that BH number 5 brush again. I didn't clean it off, so it still has a little bit of the darker color on it. But I'm also picking up more of that matte cranberry shade Jax, and I'm just going to put that through the crease again to bring back some of the depth, because the shimmer kind of makes you lose a little bit of the depth that we put down. See how that kind of brings back that smoky cranberryness? So that's pretty much it for the upper lid area. As far as shadows are concerned, we are going to go in and do some more funsies after the shadow is all completely down. So for now, I'm going to go and conceal underneath my eyes and set that with some powder, and then we are going to smoke out the lower lash line to match the top. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to do the same thing I did on the top. I'm going to start with my Sigma E40, and I'm going to dip that in the shade Butter, which is that medium transition tone beige type shade. And I'm going to run that underneath my lower lash line and bring it down pretty low, connecting it into the top. Next, I'm going to grab that same BH Cosmetics brush again, and I'm going to go back into the color Jax, which is the matte burgundy shade, and I'm going to run that underneath the lower lash line as well. And I'm also connecting that into the top lid, but I'm not bringing it all the way into the inner corner. I'm going to use a black pencil in my top and bottom waterline. I'm going to use the Anastasia Darkside gel liner pencil. I found it. It was in the bottom of my purse. There's that. On this e.l.f. pencil brush, I'm going to grab some of the black color. It's this shade in the bottom corner here. It's called Abyss. And I'm going to pack that only onto the tip of the brush, and I'm just going to push that into the lower lash line to create like a real intensity down there. That'll also help set the liner in the lower lash line so that it kind of stays better all day too, so that's handy. I'm going to pick up this BH number 6 brush. I'm going to dip it into the shade in Light, which is kind of the MAC Nylon-ish highlight shade in the palette, and I'm just going to lightly highlight my inner corner with it to bring some light to the situation. And I am using that dry, even though it's a shimmer, because I don't want it to be overly intense.
Okay, so somehow my camera did not record this part of the tutorial, which is a huge problem, but essentially what you guys missed is I activated the Suva Beauty Hydraliner in the neon pinky orange color, which is called Scrunchie, with a setting spray, and then I used a small pencil brush and an eyeliner brush to dot it very randomly over the areas where I had already put down the smoky pink color. It's not exactly the most complicated thing in the world, so I don't think I need to re-record the entire video. Kind of sucks that it's not here, but you guys can see the placement that I chose, and it's really not that hard to recreate, so I think you'll be all right. If you want to see another video where I do it with another color or something and make it interesting, let me know, and I will re-record that. But until then, again, back to the tutorial.
Okay, so there's the eyes all done. I poked myself so hard in the eyeball trying to put my lashes on just now. So my left eye is like super red. It looks a little crazy, but we'll just have to slay from the side for now, because what else are you gonna do? So now that the eyes are finished, I'm thinking I want to do a nude glossy lip with this. So I'm gonna do that first, and then if we don't like it, we can always switch out to something else. So first I'm gonna line my lips with a color that is really, really similar to my natural lip color. That will give my lips definition, and it'll give the gloss something nice to sit on top of to make it nice and smooth and even, but it'll still give the appearance that we're just wearing a clear gloss on her lips. Her lips, my lips. What? I'm losing my mind. The liner I'm going to use is the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Liner in the color Lovecraft. This color is like strikingly similar to my natural lip color, so it works out very well for looks like this. Have you guys seen that thing going around as an article saying that the best nude shade for your lips is the color of your nipples? So when I first saw that, I laughed my ass off. But then I looked, and they're kind of right. Like the shades that I always go for when it comes to nudes are colors like this. And not to be like a TMI creep show, but like that's kind of the color of my nip naps. So I don't know, maybe they're onto something. I like the way that color is playing with all the other colors so far. I'm gonna top that with some gloss. I am going to use a completely clear gloss today. This is the Soap and Glory Pillow Plump Gloss XXL. It's just like a clear, chocolatey scented plumping lip gloss. And I'm only gonna put that in the center and kind of dab it out because I don't want the whole thing to be taken over. Okay, that works. I like that. This smells, oh, it smells like, you know the chocolate scented markers that you used to have when you were a kid? Oh, it smells just like those. I can smell it all day. So here's the finished look. All right, we're done. We're done painting this face. Maybe you're done painting your face. I don't know. Maybe you're still doing it. Maybe you're not going to do this at all. Maybe you're one of those people who watches makeup tutorials and never actually applies the looks to your own face. You just like it because you find it soothing. I do that too sometimes. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it because it helps me out tremendously and I would be grateful till the day that I die. I'll also be very grateful if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I would love to see your shining happy face around here on my channel every time I upload a video. If you want to know exactly when I'm uploading my videos, I don't have like an exact schedule. I try to do one in the middle of the week and then one on a Saturday night. But if you want to know the exact moment that I upload a tutorial or another video onto YouTube, click that little notification bell and then you can be part of the action right away. If you would like to be in touch with me every day, please feel free to go ahead and follow me on social media, and I would highly recommend that you do because I post new Instagram makeup looks every single day. 99% of the time they are something along the lines of this with a little bit of a creative twist. Sometimes it's something completely out of the box and creative, so we have a really fun time over there. Come by and say hello because I would love to see you. If for some reason you would like to get in touch with me to like chat a little bit, the best way to get in touch with me is actually Twitter because the YouTube notifications are awful. I never get them and I don't see them for like a week. And on Instagram, they tend to get a little bit buried sometimes. So Twitter is definitely the way to go with that. And I think that's everything. I think that's all our bases covered. I am gonna go eat some food and walk my dog and import these videos and start the editing process. So I will see you in the next one. I will. You're going to come back. You're going to be here.